Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I just wanted to give you my final thoughts on Vertigus and tell you whether it was whether it's worth the money. So I'm just gonna showcase you the pieces one at a time and just to give you an idea what you get for your money. So I'll start with this one. This is probably like the centerpiece for me. You can see it has a fairly good amount of detail. And I know a lot of this new terrain comes with battle cards and kind of like it can influence your game somewhat. But I haven't gotten those. I might get those later in the future, but just for now, we'll just focus on the actual, design of this. So there you go, and I'll put a few pieces next to it so you kind of get an idea of the scale. There we go. So potentially, the only one primaries will be probably like the only thing that can like, a small troop of like five maybe very, very close could hide with it very well. But outside of that, you might have a hard time like hiding, some of the bigger units. But let's go to the next one. So as you can see, also pretty well. Like I think the detail with these pieces is getting a little bit better. Although like places like this, like I wish, it feels like they cut a little bit corners, but I mean everything else like looks pretty solid. So I mean I'm sure a lot of you will have a fairly good time painting and detailing this. Maybe a small detail would have been like maybe being able to open this, but I mean that's just being like a little bit of a nice detail, but if it's not being able to open, then it is what it is. Going to this building sections. So as well, like these building sections are like fairly detailed, as you can see with this. Like, to be honest, part of me wants to get in there and like paint them pretty well, but at the same time I'm like, you only have so much time in the day. The only thing I did notice, as you can see, the details in some of the older terrain, actually this looks a lot better. So I think that was just like a fair compromise, because like the floor looking from above, like it looks fairly detailed, but once you look at below, then it kind of starts to look a little bit whack. So here's the other building, pretty much the same thing, it's just like different scaling. I mean, this kind of detail that connected ceiling, but it's also like a little bit broken, so I thought that was like, looks a little bit cool. And as you can see, compared to this sector Sanctum, some of the old cathedral stuff, like there's not a whole lot of windows, which is not another thing that I like, just because it kind of like gets rid of a lot of those like gray areas when it comes to like line of sight. So let me show you this last section. So there's probably like 3 bigger sections total. This is probably like the bigger building of all. As you can see, it's kind of like pretty much the same detail from like building to building. So like this thing is like pretty consistent from one building to the other one, but the only thing that changes is that bottom part. As you can see, yeah, so it's like pretty much the same top part, but then they just like kind of change the bottom part around. And oh, I guess I'll do some kind of like hide it. So as you can see, some of these are like better. I like hiding models. Give you an idea. So certainly do a better job. Just to give you an idea of the height as well. So the Redemptor won't be able to fit underneath, but certainly like you'll be able to easily get like 3 bikes in there. So like very, very easy. Yeah, kind of like that one. So yeah, even some of the smaller ones, you'll be able to like easily hide a dreadnought behind one of them. you know, you won't be able to get underneath just because it's not tall enough, but you can certainly be able to hide some of those, like, you know, medium to small size mechs. Okay, and there's just like, I think just like, you know, random small pieces of scattered terrain. So same thing as the other ones. And here we go, just like, and a fairly large number of pipes. I'll show you the detail for one of them. So again, I like these a lot. The only thing I'm not happy about these is like you can only connect them one way like this. And I believe the old pipes, you were able to like connect them, you know, a bunch of different ways. So, I mean, they give you like different angles such as these, but like, I would like to be able to have like round sections in between some of these. So that way I could have done something like that. So that's the only thing I don't like about these, but as you can see, you know, it's like very, very easy to make your own patterns too as well. So this is cool. Oh, I'll show you one thing that I forgot. So you'll be able to like extend from here, you can see you'll be able to like extend and create patterns from the buildings. So all of the new buildings can do that. So that's another thing that I liked. The other thing that would have made the pipes perfect is just being able to have like those round connections just having it in the middle. So that way I could have done something like that. So I'll put all the pipes here. So that way you'll get an idea of like, I'll try to fit them all in. So you get an idea of how many you get. You get, I believe, 4 of these end pieces. Yeah, so you get 4 of those total. And then some of these like bigger ones, just straight, you get 4 of these. So yeah, so you get 4 of those. And then you get 2 of these, which is like the longer ones that kind of like fall on the ground. So like all in all, so I think it's like a fairly solid amount of pipes, as you can see. And just to give you an idea for the scale, and just put an inserter in there. So I mean, you obviously won't be able to hide an intercessor behind them, but definitely the scarabs, the new Necron, well, not the new ones, but the new version for the Indominus, those will probably, they're definitely low enough profile they can hide underneath. So overall, like, will I consider this to be worth it? I mean, I think the answer will be yes, just because I mean, honestly, you know, moving the pipes aside, it is a fairly amount of like plastic. So yeah, like I know I don't have like the best angle to showcase some of this stuff, but you know, it just makes it easy for me to be able to so you know, but I mean, certainly that's like a fairly large amount of plastic. I think the total with this, like if you go through GW site, is about 150, but I mean, I'm sure you guys all know you can probably get, I think, save like 10-20%, depends on where you go, even from like Amazon, eBay. So you can easily save quite a bit of money that way. So I mean, you saw how much plastic that was, and that was probably, I think I paid like 125 with it shipped. So I mean, some people might say that that is a lot, but just to give you an idea, compare all that amount of plastic that couldn't fit versus this 3 Inceptors, 3 Aggressors, and then an Apothecary. So when you compare this amount of plastic versus the other amount of plastic, you know, you will see like in terms of obviously mass and volume, the other one is obviously the better deal. But I think also just because, like, you know, obviously you use these guys to play, but the terrain, you know, it's not gonna get nerfed, it's not gonna get buffed, so it's something that you can like reuse, you know, ad infinitum, versus some of these that, you know, I don't care, like these are like some of my favorite characters, so even if they get, you know, nerf, like I'm still gonna use them just because I enjoy them. But as you can see, like I will make the case that it's not that GW terrain is cheap. It's just like in reality, these pieces are so overpriced that they make the terrain look cheap, which is kind of like a good and a bad thing. But anyways, just let me know what you think of the comment and in the comments, and if you will likely get this. Like I recommend this, especially for new people like me. But yeah, I guess just let me know what you think, you know, versus this, versus the new and the old terrain. And yeah, I'll be posting more reviews on the other terrain. So yeah, just subscribe and like, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.